3, we worked really hard trying to make as many improvements as possible. But one of the critics or criticisms we still got often is that our map pool just wasn't good. So for the finals, we sent out an email to all the players and like, hey guys, if you could remove 1 or 2 maps, what would it be? And if you guys want to add a map, or what would be a good map to add? And well, all the players were pretty unanimous on removing Shadow Temple. And most players, they were kind of 50-50 in between Odyssey or Tal'Darim. So we decided to move all 3 of those maps and just add Cloud Kingdom. So we went from 9 maps to 7 maps. So both players still have 1 veto, and then we have 5 maps left for the playoffs. So this is, well, this is most likely a better map than either Shadow, Odyssey, or Tal'Darim would have been.
That's right. Makes our playoff map pool. What does that mean? It is Antigua, Ohana, Cloud Kingdom, Daybreak, and Shakur's Plateau.
Belshire Beach Winter.
Belshire Beach Winter, and that's all.
Dual
right?
side? I don't know.
6 or 7?
7. We have 7 maps.
Dual side. You're right. That's the last one. So
I like our map pool a lot more.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not a bad map pool at all.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Alright guys, game number 5. Well, HerO or Ryung make it to Toronto. Everything is on the line. Of course, both players will be taken care of very well. I remember I went to the NASL Season 2 finals, man, as your sidekick. And I liked it. It was a pleasant experience.
Kevin, you've never been my sidekick.
What? How was your sidekick?
That's the most ridiculous thing you ever said. If anybody is the sidekick here, it's our producer.
What?
Delayed gas over here by HerO, man. And another Chronable is going down. With HerO's, of course, our blue Korean Protoss spawning on the left bottom side of the map. Is this going to be a gate fast expand without an assimilate?
I think it might be, perhaps because he scouted a gasless Terran. Maybe reacting in that way. You're still saving up a lot of money. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it's going to be.
He dropped the additional pylon as well, so we will still be able to produce probes. This is like a very economic opening, but just with a slightly fast attack. Perhaps this is a way that you get units out a little bit quicker if you play against a 1 base Terran. And it wouldn't be the first time ever Ryung would do that to HerO, so maybe that's the reasoning. It's hard to figure it out exactly. But as it seems, Ben, Ryung is going to play a macro game once more, as he saved up quite some money as well. Still didn't drop any refineries, so he's going to follow it up with no gas fast expand as well.
We might notice that Ryung's buildings still have BlizzCon decals. We found out during the break that that is because by attending BlizzCon, you get a code to unlock this decal for all of your buildings. So
that's so unfair, man.
So Ryung has BlizzCon stuff. We're left with whatever came in the release version of the game.
Sick nerd baller Ryung.
It's messed up, man. We need to make some calls.
This is it. Calling a meeting.
Rob Simpson. We want BlizzCon decals.
Ben, good thing is this is our last online broadcast, so next week we can just drive down that office here in Anaheim.
We're going to do that.
It's only 45 minutes away, and we won't leave. Like, we can be like activists, you know, like we get a
stand
chain
in front with signs.
Yeah, no, not just that.
Hell no, we won't go.
Not bad. I like that. We ain't leaving till we get some BlizzCon symbols. No, like we just chain ourselves to like a big fence, you know.
If it was we won't cast, then there would have to be a vast. Vast. We won't cast like pirates. Arr.
Arr.
No,
okay,
not a good joke.
No.
Kind of struck out on that.
You pushed it out. You just couldn't let it go, man.
Game 5, HerO versus Ryung. All comes down to this. Ryung wins the first 2. HerO takes the second 2. It's got to be a more... HerO's got to be feeling pretty comfortable. He's won 2 in a row.
Yes.
The pressure is certainly still there, but it's got to be a lot lighter than it was 2 games ago when he was literally 1 game away from elimination. Had to win 3 in a row. He's 2/3 of the way there. Ryung gonna go with the 3 command center opening once more.
Yeah, HerO once again, man, got that probe up all the way up here to the ramp, but Ryung had his depot race, and this time the orbital was, or the command center was just a little further away, so HerO did not see it, and that really doesn't allow HerO to play the same as he did on Ohana. He's gonna have to be more careful. He can't just blindly go up to 68 or 70 probes from 3 bases. That's just something you can't get away with, because against any real 2-base push of Terran, whether it's with tanks or just with a ton of bio units, you're most likely gonna end up dying. Sometimes, guys, I really wonder. I look on the screen to my right, wonder why Ben is focused, and then I see him that he's zoomed in on some gas-carrying probe again. Sometimes you're really hopeless, man.
Kevin, there's nothing else going on. I was looking at the box, and I was wondering about Protoss technology. It's amazing. These probes have these little force field boxes that they hold gas in.
This is my co-caster.
What do you want me to talk about? You want me to talk about the SCV that just got killed by the Stalker? I mean, I wasn't saying anything. I was just watching him carry, because it's a really cool little green box. and you're hating on me for it. And then the SCVs, they got these barrels, and it feels to me like the barrels are a little bit old school. I mean, they live in space. You would think that the technology would have advanced past that.
Don't worry, guys. He's not always like this. Soon we'll have some Zerg action. Stefano against BC is coming up, and, and then suddenly he's going to make the biggest deal out of 18 or 17 pool, and he's going to talk hours about it. So no worries. I guess it's just not your matchup.
Pyro going down here for HerO.
Some 3-gate pressure. It's actually some pretty serious 3-gate pressure, even though there is bunker up for Ryung already. But Ryung went for the double orbital command, so he's going to have to be careful. Force field is not that good in my opinion, because it's going to not allow the zealots to attack those bunkers. In my opinion, you should always drop them behind it.
And HerO realizing that cancels the pylon. He's going to back off of this, at least for now.
I kind of wonder what would happen one game if HerO would just go straight up with 6 gates. I really think he will be able to crush Ryung. But I won't have those questions.
Play really, really greedy, Kev, when he does these kinds of double orbital openings. Yeah. I mean, he does it with just one bunker. He doesn't add the second bunker until the last possible second.
And HerO just walked in, picked off an SUV, and then goes back again. Factory is almost done, so that means that the Starkwood will be coming up for Ryung as well. HerO probably wondering like, I wish I could see a little more than I actually do. His robotics facility is on the way, but because of his 3-gate pressure, that's going to be a little bit delayed as well. So HerO, he has a probe in position, but I still don't think that he's going to drop it real soon, because it would just be risky.
We'll see. Yeah, it would be a bit of a gamble, given that he hasn't really done any damage, and Ryung's sitting here on a basically uncontested triple orbital economy, although he doesn't have that. He's not actually mining off that 3rd base yet. First medevac still a ways out. There's no starport completed. It is building. Where is it building? Right next to the factory.
Often happens, but
smart.
Ryung tries to pick up more and more SCV. HerO tried to pick up a few more SCVs of Ryung. Ryung, of course, wants to keep a couple of SCVs in production, in position, just in case it would suddenly be something crazy as a 6-gate. Then he doesn't have to pull all of his SCVs, or at least he has a couple of them in position already, so the repair process will be a little bit quicker. Still that probe over here from HerO. Now there's a probe in the right bottom as well, but that's just going to be a pylon. He wants to make sure that he can spot a drop if it flies over. And it's always nice to have pylons around the map. And no, so far so good for Ryung, man.
Yeah, I think he's feeling pretty good about this. He's managed to get into the mid game without really losing anything. And he's going to go ahead and float that 3rd base down to his, down to where it can mine. HerO still hasn't started a 3rd Nexus, but
there we go.
This seems really dangerous to me. Okay, there's the Nexus going down. Robotics Bay also going down, so HerO going to go ahead and go up to his Colossus tech.
And HerO has been on the other side of the map. Okay, HerO finally has an observer on the other side of the map, and the observer did spot the orbital right now. Perhaps that's what triggered the reaction. And HerO is probably not too pleased with how this went so far. Now he's probably thinking like, if I would have committed a little bit more to my gateway aggression, I probably would have been able to do a whole lot more damage. Ryung wants to see what's going on. He wants to pick up this single stalker, but quite some gateway units over here from
units
HerO.
are really poorly split up. They kind of came down from both sides, and HerO does get a handful of bio for free.
That was good for HerO.
Yeah, really nice exchange, just free units, and he might even get this BlizzCon factory. Nope, BlizzCon factory is, I think it was cloaked. HerO didn't see it.
Ryung tries to scout pylons, and he's so close to spotting this one, and that's actually quite a crucial pylon. HerO's gonna make his way over.
There's not many units here, Kev.
There isn't, but there is a lot of army supply, so it has to be somewhere. And we shouldn't forget, this army of HerO is not all that strong, man. It's 0-1 upgrades, and he has blink, but that's about it.
Okay, force field's going down. We're going to have to see some good blink micro from here. There it is. Sentries do melt away. One of them kept alive. Single mule threatening to attack with his tractor beam, but it doesn't actually do any damage.
Well, now there are no more force fields, and I think if Ryung goes with everything, he has a lot of marauders. HerO, what are you doing? He's going to lose so many stalkers.
2 stalkers fall. Also loses a sentry and a zealot before completely retreating.
It's like the same every game. The first engagement of this whole engagement goes well for HerO. Then he sticks around, the force fields expire, and he suddenly ends up losing a lot of units.
I think this was a little better for him than it was previously. Although he's really playing with fire here against Ryung. Ryung's 1-1, also about to complete here, just now starting +2.
Just now the real infrastructure of Ryung is starting to kick in. Now we can see 4 Marauders, 8 Marines at once in production. So there was a small window where Ryung indeed did not have that many units. But that's not going to be like that for a long time. He's going to be able to pump out a ton of bio units right now. And he has a good scout off with the BlizzCon factory. He spotted this robotics facility. Ooh, did HerO just... No, he already had the Colossus. Did he just cancel another Colossus, which like was almost ready?
I
know, I'm crazy.
I mean, now there's Immortals coming out. I think maybe.
Sorry guys, I missed that, but I believe there was like a Colossus on 99% and then he cancelled it because he didn't want to reveal perhaps a second Colossus, and it looks like he is going for Colossus as he was researching something as well, but it was actually Ward Prism speed. And I think Ryung is going to go heavy on the Viking production right now, and all there is ever going to be for HerO is that single Colossus without thermal lens.
Where is the Colossus?
It's over here at the third base.
Ah, down at the bottom of the third. Cool. Ryung going to push into this third base. That one Colossus going to get a couple shots off, but without range.
Force fields. They are necessary. Guardian Shield is activated.
Wow, this is really tense. Both guys at 150 supply. HerO's only producing Immortals off of that Robo. Hopefully, I think hoping that Ryung's going to respond with lots and lots of Vikings. I mean, this is it, man. This is the game. The winner of this gets that plane ticket to Toronto. The loser is going to have to sit at home and watch while being sad that he didn't make the cut.
I have the feeling, Ben, that no, you're 100% right. This is a massive game, and I have the feeling that so far HerO sold a believable story since Ryung is getting that second Starport. He's even going to drop it on a reactor. He's still producing. No, he only has 2 Vikings, but I think he's going to go up to at least 8 to 10 Vikings. Certainly after spotting that single Colossus, and that's the only Colossus that's going to be there, at least for now. I'm not going to say HerO's never going to make a Colossus switch again, but I think HerO tricked his opponent pretty well.
Almost loses a Stalker, but manages to blink at the last second, keeping it alive. And
one of the players we're going to see later in action today as well, guys. Alive.
And you were making fun of me.
Well, that's actually relevant information.
I cannot believe you.
No, that's actually information
being
that
critical
matters.
of me for being impressed with the freaking force field box, and you make jokes like that.
Yes, but
this is a terrible double standard. You're a freaking hypocrite.
No, I'm not.
You're a freaking hypocrite, man. It hurts my feelings.
I'm not at all,
You can
man.
treat me like this. I work all day and I come home and you don't even bring me flowers.
No. I'm not going to go into that. We'll have this talk later, though. 4 Zealots warped in on the left top side of the map. Pylon is going to fall as well for HerO. HerO's still only with that single Colossus. The rest of his army is terrifying, Ben. He has Storm. 2-2 upgrades almost ready. If we take a look at the upgrades of Ryung.
Not quite. Ryung's got 2-2, and I don't think HerO wants to fight right
now.
now.
That's not the entire army.
But the army's out of position, and this is a great time for HerO to get a couple of kills. What did I just say?
I want to repeat it, but I'm afraid I repeated it wrong. I'm going to get fired. So not going to. HerO's going to go down once more. He has a lot of High Templars. Ryung, this is not your...
Whoa, that was a huge storm. These Vikings going to make short work of that Colossus, but I don't think HerO cares very much, as the High Templar are the real thing powering this army. In the midst of all of this huge Zealot attack and the natural expansion of Ryung, and HerO doing some massive, massive damage to Ryung's income.
We have a couple of goals now on the map as well. Storm's going down for HerO. Both players really fighting for the tournament alive. Army supply 104 against 104.
Oh, more storms going down, and they're beautiful storms, and Ryung is not microing at all. Maybe he's looking at the Zealots back in his natural. He's going to lose every unit in this fight. The Immortal doing an excellent job pounding through those Marauders. He's got 10 kills now. And the third base of Ryung now basically lost. He's not mining in his natural at all. HerO, 160 supply against the 110 of Ryung. He's going to back off just momentarily as he gets another big wave of Zealot reinforcements, and this could be it. These could be the waning moments of Ryung's Season 3.
Ryung's economy is indeed taking a ton of damage. Ryung, where are you rallying those units? Not again. There are so many Zealots over here for HerO. EMP is going to land. Ryung's going to try to make a final hold.
There's a couple of Templar coming as well, but a beautiful EMP lands. Ryung knows that that's the only way he's going to stick around, is if he can take the Templar out of the fight. He's going to have to micro like his life depends on it, because it does
very well.
depend on it. He's going to kill all the Zealots, and now it's just Stalkers. So close, but HerO with such a lead, 140 supply against 80.
And the biggest deal is, during all this, HerO just kept rallying Zealots to the natural of Ryung. Ryung lost almost every single SCV that was on the map.
Wow, 62 workers killed by HerO. Ryung down to 15 harvesters. And you know what, Kev? Not only was he fighting, not only was he reinforcing, not only was he harassing, he was also expanding, securing
And
the
tech
bottom
switching.
right expansion and switching back into Colossi. Like you said, double Robo Colossus. HerO doing everything right in game number 5 when it's on the line, when the pressure is there. This guy does not miss a beat. Perfect play on Cloud Kingdom. Here we go. One more big push up into the third base of Ryung. No, HerO says, let's just wait a little while longer. Let's make it decisive. Let's make it convincing. Let's make it one-sided. This last fight has to be a game ender.
Ryung lost his 4th command center, is that correct? Yes, that is correct. So all that he has left are these 3 orbitals. He barely has any SCVs left. HerO is just going to wait until he can max out again. I actually thought he already had Warp Prism Street. Maybe he cancelled that one after the factory died. Storms landing left and right. The final units of Ryung are dying now as well, Ben. And I think we're going to have our 4th Korean Protoss qualifying for the NASL Season 3 offline finals.
GG, Ryung taps out. HerO does it. 3 wins in a row. He was 1 game away from elimination, but that game never came. Liquid HerO takes games 3, 4, and 5 to advance to the top 8 of the North American Star League, secures a nice check, and guarantees that we'll see him in Toronto, Canada at our final, where he gets to play for the big prize, $30,000 to our first place finisher.
Heartbreaking defeat, of course, for Ryung after being so close to making it to the offline finals. But in all honesty, I think that HerO played a nearly flawless season, only losing 3 maps in the entire season. And there's now 2 against Ryung. Would have been a pure shame if he wasn't there. One of the crowd favorites, as you said as well. And in game 5, Ben, if we want to summon up this game, it really came down to that factory scout, which is normally a good thing. He saw 1 Colossus, and I'm going to check that out for you guys later on, but I believe that he cancelled the 2nd Colossus on like 99%, and then he actually just remade Immortals, and he still had something researching in his robotics bay, which looked like thermal lens. Actually was warp prism speed. I don't know the exact term for it. Gravitic drive. How do you call warp prism speed, man?
Hell if I know, man. I don't play Protoss.
That's my caster again. But anyways,
I'm
brilliant
just
mind game by HerO.
through this replay so I can answer that question.
Forcing Ryung to make a ton of Vikings. Ben is going to try to figure it out right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Anyway, guys, we're going to head over to a small commercial break. We'll be right back with Stefano versus Beastie Cutie.
Nice, very nice. All right, so we're over 10K.
Okay,
We're
apparently
not actually playing a commercial.
No,
That was our producer. Yes, he is.
he's
very
bald.
bald.
He's still young though. Today in Chili's he got asked for his ID when he ordered the margarita.
That's true. That's true.
All right, guys, small commercial break coming in, and we'll be right back with BCQT versus Stefano. Best of 5.